Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Boden Fernsler of Novi football, Novi basketball, and Novi baseball. How about that? How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. So coming off a pretty successful football season, how do you think it went?
I'm pretty happy with how it went. Obviously, it could have ended a lot better. But overall, had a lot of fun. So that's pretty good.
Okay, so I mean, not too bad. This is in fact your first time playing football the full year. Of course, you joined halfway through last year, but overall, how do you think your first year of football went? I mean, going through all the seasons and all the grind and everything like that. How do you think you did with all that?
I was pretty happy. It went better than expected. I didn't really envision all this happening in the first year, but it was super fun. So I was really happy with that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You're a wide receiver. Do you play defense as well?
I play some free safety, but not a ton. Mostly offense.
Yeah. What's it like catching a ball?
I mean, it's super fun. It's one of the best feelings in sports, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I can't stop bringing this up to you, but obviously, everyone's going to talk about how you caught the ball against Heartland, week 2. Was that looking back on that, and now that the season's over, you can look back on that stuff. Are you still in shock that you caught that?
Yeah, I watched in the replays. It's pretty cool to watch. But yeah, it's a pretty exciting play.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was there. I mean, I didn't get a good angle of it, like with my own eyes, but I think I saw it on someone uploaded like one of the huddle highlights or something. I was watching that, so that was pretty impressive. I don't know if it made I don't think it made Sports Center, but maybe we'll see if it can make that at some point. But being a junior, how did you this was a team that had a lot of guys coming back and had a lot of changes throughout the season. What was it like to just be part of all that?
Well, we had some really good leaders on our team. Obviously, these guys have played varsity football for a few years now, so they really knew like what to expect. Like Luke and Preston and Colin and Nico Kroll, they were all great leaders, and it was super fun to play with them, and they taught me a lot.
Um, you look at Nico. How about him setting a tackle record? How about that?
That was crazy. I was super excited for him. It was super awesome. I mean, he's just so fun to watch. He's just crazy. Like nobody can block him. It's super fun to
Yeah,
watch him.
yeah. It's just like okay. So when you start when you joined this team, who did you really kind of look up to?
Um, well, so Luke was a quarterback, obviously. So he was thrown to me at the start of the year when he was still playing quarterback. So I was looking up to him. Preston, obviously, I believe he was a captain as a junior. So I mean, he definitely had that credibility. And then, I mean, Colin also being a receiver, he was always in the drills with me. So it was fun to learn from him because obviously I was not a very polished football player, but watching what he did really helped me
Uh,
get better.
and the biggest thing is you got some more playing time because Colin went out for a little bit. Colin was injured for a good part of the season, and then of course how did and he I know he kind of helped you a lot when he was hurt, and kind of then what were some of the things that he might have taught you?
Um, well, so the biggest issue with my game, I would say, was the blocking part. And Colin is an amazing blocker. So I tried to listen in on like some of his tips, and I just watch him, and he plays super physical. So that's something that I needed to work on. So I would say that's the biggest part.
Yeah. And then just kind of going in and doing all that. Of course, you're going to be back, next year and take some of the things that you've learned this year. Of course, Caleb will be back as well at QB. Um, to have that connection that you two have, and of course, you from the same grade. How long have you guys known each other?
Ever since I moved here in fifth grade, we played baseball together since then. We played basketball up until high school, so I played with them a lot. And then obviously I didn't play football till just recently, but I mean, playing in the backyard and stuff. So I've had him throwing to me for a while.
Yeah. Excuse me. Um, biggest thing that you learned this year?
Biggest thing, I guess just learning like how to handle pressure because football is different than basketball or baseball just because there's more hype around it. There's more fans at the game. So like being like calm, like settling myself down in big moments and stuff like that. I feel like that's huge and that'll help me in other sports as well. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Um, Boden, how do you mentally prepare for games? Like, how long did it take, like, for you to get mentally ready for a football game?
Well, I usually like to get to the field super early just because um I like to stretch out like by myself for a while and then uh just get taped and stuff like that. So I mean I like to take my time before a game, but um yeah, so a couple hours, but I mean yeah.
Okay. Um, how did you get used to, like, obviously getting used to playing on the road is one thing, of course, going and traveling all your life, but it's just it's different with football because it's like this fast paced thing. You guys are doing all this stuff, but you aren't playing at home. You're going on the road and stuff. How did you adjust to all that? And what's so different about playing on the road, getting used to the bus rides and all that stuff?
Yeah, I the biggest thing with the road for me was trying to figure out um like what to eat and when to eat because obviously you don't want to be hungry for a game, but you don't want to stuff yourself right before. So I tried to take food on the bus, but that was the biggest problem for me was actually just the eating and then yeah, the road's different. I'd rather play at home, but yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, you know, go being on the road and, you know, do you mind the bus rides or is it like, just like, get me off of this thing?
It's not too bad, but definitely I just want the game to be there. Like by the time by the end of the school day on a Friday, I just want the game to start. I'm not like just thinking about the game. I want it to be 7 o'clock and finish the national anthem. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, for sure. Um, okay. Feel like a lot of people don't really know a lot about you. And obviously, a lot of people are going to know a lot about you next year because obviously, obviously a big returning player for them. But let's kind of get to know you a little bit. How about that?
All right.
Um, okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you manage your time?
I don't know, maybe probably like a 5. I don't know. Sometimes I put things off, but sometimes I could be on top of things. So it kind of depends on the day, I guess.
Okay. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you at responding to text messages?
Um, yeah, maybe a 6. I don't know. I could be better, but um, you know, not terrible, I guess.
Okay. Um, if you listen to music before games, what's on your game day playlist?
I'm actually a country music guy. I I guess it's just a baseball thing. All us baseball players like to listen to country music, but I don't know. That's just what I like to listen to.
Okay. Apparently it's been a Novi baseball tradition for country music. Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes back years. Um, mm, maybe I've just been around too long. Uh, do you have, let's see, if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I would probably say to fly. That sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah, that does sound cool. Um, did you watch Colin's 10 Burning Questions interview?
I did not know.
Well, he did. I think correct me if I think he did say flying is overrated. Um,
Oh, really?
um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe super speed or something like that. It's like
Pretty cool.
if you could fly, where would you go?
I don't know. I feel like flying over like the Rocky Mountains or something would be pretty sick. Just the view, or maybe over the ocean. I don't know. Someplace cool like that.
Okay, all right. Favorite place that you vacation to?
I might have to say Cooperstown, New York. I played baseball there uh, when I was younger, and I just love the town and I love the Baseball Hall of Fame. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you want to go to the Field of Dreams one day, like in Iowa and all that?
Yeah, that would be cool. They have that Field of Dreams game now for the MLB, and it'd be cool to go to one of those games.
Yeah, my brother went to this year's game, so
Oh,
uh,
really?
good. Yeah. I mean, he does work for an MLB team, so it's
Oh, wow.
yeah. Not obviously not the one, the two that we're playing works for. It's in New York, not the pinstripe one. It's the other one. Yeah. So
That's
yeah. Um, hmm. what? hmm. Okay, so what's your pregame meal before game?
um. So for football, we have the parents help. It's really awesome. They kind of have like a table with food out for us. So usually I'm grabbing like 3 Uncrustables, maybe a banana, and some Gatorade. That's kind of the go-to at this point.
Uncrustables, the snack of champions.
Yeah.
Um, have you been to the Chick-fil-A in Novi?
No, it's always too busy. I've never been.
Every time I go to like 12 Oaks, it's just like, no, not dealing with this.
Yeah.
Um, lastly, if you could pick any social media app to use and you got to delete the rest, what would it be?
I don't know. Not a huge social media guy. I guess it would be like Twitter just because it's pretty important for recruiting and stuff like that. So maybe Twitter.
All right. All right. All right. Well, Boden, thank you so much for coming on, man. Thanks for doing this, and best of luck. Congrats on a great football season, and best of luck during basketball and baseball. And we'll have you on again sometime later in the year.
Thank you.